guys. So today I'm pretty much just going to talk about my favorite convenience store foods and also a little bit of what language school has been like. So let's get started. All right, so my first and favorite thing is egg sandwich. I know that sounds ridiculous and honestly a little boring, but they're amazing. They're so fucking good. 7-Eleven has them, Family Mart has them, everywhere has them. I actually went to both 7-Eleven and Family Mart because the guy that works at 7-Eleven like stares at me a little bit too much and it makes me nervous. He is kind of cute, but that's beside the point. I was worried about him judging me buying so much junk food, basically. It's literally just an egg salad sandwich. There's nothing special about it. The crusts are cut off, but it's so good. The eggs in Japan are so fresh tasting compared to the US. The yolks are a lot more like orange color, and the bread here is really soft and it's not as sweet as American white bread as well. It tastes a little bit more like French bread. It's really good for sandwiches. I eat these probably like 4 times a week. I don't know how good that is for you, but I don't care. It's amazing. Since today is Friday, we got some Strong Zero. Now, the thing about Strong Zero is it has to be a placebo. I don't understand how it gets you so incredibly drunk, and it's 9% alcohol. It tastes kind of like candy, so maybe that's it. But you drink about 3 of these and you're done. Like, you're done. There's no need to drink anymore because you're drunk. So I've actually never had the peach one before. It's pretty good. Peach and melon, I think, are my favorite. All right, moving on to another staple, onigiri. They have all kinds. I personally like the tuna mayonnaise one. They did not have that, so I got spicy cod roe. I do like cod roe. There's a really good like pollock roe udon that I had the other day, and you would think fish eggs being in everything would be really fishy and overpowering, but it's not. It's actually very nice and salty. So I can never open these the right way. Okay, after a never-ending attempt, we got it. The seaweed stuck to my lips. It's so good. Sometimes, depending on the time of day, like if the 7-Eleven isn't that busy, you can get rice that's almost kind of hard, like maybe it's been sitting out for too long, but I've only had that happen like once or twice. They're pretty on top of it when it comes to quality. Like in the US, if you were to buy sushi at a 7-Eleven, you might as well start writing your will because you're gonna die. But here, it's just as good as getting it anywhere else, probably, honestly. Like, sushi at the 7-Eleven is the same quality as, like, Arizona sushi, honestly. learning Japanese with McKenna, cod roe or pollock roe, fish egg, in Japanese is mentai. Apparently, it's a popular like souvenir gift for certain areas, like omiyage. If you go to visit a certain like mostly like coastal towns, it's like popular to buy this and bring it back for your friends and family. Or so I've heard. So moving on to hot food, I also have a salad. You might think a salad from a convenience store is weird, but the quality of lettuce here is really good. Mostly cabbage is what makes up the salads here. And you'll find the typical stuff like you find on an American salad, tomatoes, cucumbers, but corn is also a really popular salad topping here. So this is to balance out the massive amount of calories I'm putting in my body right now. And so hot food, I'm gonna take a break, heat this up, come back. But I have, honestly, I don't really know if this is pork or chicken because I can't really read kanji. And it does say ramen on it, but it's clearly fried rice. So I don't know. Oh, chashu, it's pork, chashu pork. Okay, so fried rice with chashu pork. It's honestly a massive serving. I feel like this is supposed to be like one meal in itself, but I'm gonna eat it. And also these. You can't always find these in Family Mart or 7-Eleven, but maybe 50% of the ones I've been in have it. These are my favorite Korean ramen noodles. They're super spicy. I'm sorry, I just burped. They're super spicy, and these ones are cheese flavored. Oh my god. Shut it the fuck down. They're so good. So I'm gonna heat these up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've heated everything up. I put some salad dressing in my salad. They sell the little packets that, at the 7-Eleven that you can put in here. I really like the sesame oil and garlic dressing. It's probably the best salad dressing ever. It's like the one that you get when you go to a Japanese restaurant in America and they put it on your salad and your cucumbers and stuff. It's awesome. I have a big bottle in my fridge. I use it probably every day. I'm gonna open up my lemon tea. Lipton is a really popular brand here, actually, which I didn't think would be because it's also really popular in America. And usually it's pretty hard to find American stuff here. I don't know if Lipton is America. I don't know if Lipton is an American brand. Is it an American brand? Do I sound ignorant right now? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about ever. It's really nice when you buy these carton drinks and like food because the clerk at the store will give you a straw and also give you chopsticks, which is nice. I use metal chopsticks when I'm eating anything involving instant noodles because it's heavy enough to keep the lid down while they cook. Put that over there. I know no one probably cares about school, but if you do want to go to a Japanese language school, I'm going to give you some insight. So I go to a very intense school. My class is 3 hours every single day, Monday through Friday, and we only have a 10-minute break. So pretty much for those 3 hours, we're learning the whole time. The teachers speak absolutely no English. If you have a question in English about something, you have to try to translate it to the teacher, or you can go down to guidance. And my campus, they have maybe 2 people that speak English fluently enough to help you out, but you're pretty much on your own. And it does make learning really difficult, but also very fun as well, because when you do understand something, it's like this victory moment of, oh, I understand what's going on. So I have been going to school consecutively for about 20 years. This is my 20th year in some form of education program, whether it be elementary school to high school to college. I was in college for 9 years because I changed my major 4 times and I got 2 different degrees. So I've been in school for a really long time, but this school is nice because it's pretty much graded solely on participation, which does make the workload seem a lot less intense because I probably have about 2 hours of homework every single night. So that's about 5 hours of studying Japanese every single day. And it's almost counterproductive because there's a lot of words that I just don't remember because we go way too quickly. But I know a lot more Japanese than I started a month ago, and that's what counts. So if you've ever had bulldog noodles, you're not really supposed to keep any of the juice in it. You're supposed to drain the juice out. And this might be blasphemous to some people, but I actually like to keep a lot of the water in here, especially if I'm eating such a big quantity of food like this, because it does take away a little bit of the spice and it's easier on your stomach because I'm probably not going to feel so great after this. And whenever I make these, I also add an extra piece of cheese on top, so it's a bit more gooey and delicious. The packets that you get in the store the noodles are much better than the quality of the noodles you get in the cup ramen, but cup ramen is the ramen that you get at the 7-Eleven, so that's the kind I'm eating. So as far as other students go in my class, I'm the only American. So the language barrier is not so bad. Most of the European students speak perfect English. Sometimes they'll mix in either Italian or French or Spanish in with their English. And as far as Spanish goes, I made friends with a Spanish girl and I can understand quite a few of the things that she's saying. She'll start speaking to me in English and then switch to Spanish halfway through and switch back to English, and I don't really lose anything that she says. So keeping in contact with other students from the class has been fairly easy. Even with all the sauce in it, or even with all the water in it, it's still pretty spicy. The spiciest one, that was like the red or the black packet, I still add cheese to those ones because it cuts down on the spice. I really like how spicy they are, but it fucks your stomach up. For my health. This smells really good. I think I'm gonna be impressed with this. So there's not a lot of meat in it, but that's pretty much to be expected, I think, from getting something at a convenience store. It smells really good. Hot. I put in the microwave too long. Hot. This is something I would definitely get again. This is a good, if you're just really hungry and you're after work or after school and you want to get home, get started on homework, but need something in your stomach, amazing. This was like $3. And so everything that I bought, tea, and I also bought a Red Bull that I'm not eating or not drinking in this video, but everything I bought altogether was like $15. It's very inexpensive This is a massive amount of food. I could probably eat this amount of food for 2 meals instead of just one. But, you know, eat with me. It's a series now. We'll do McDonald's next or something. So a little bit more about getting into language school. There's nothing really special you have to do to get into the school itself. You just have to provide the fact that you are a competent human being and you have went to some level of education. I believe you only have to have graduated from high school. You don't need a college degree to get into the school, but certain schools will prioritize students with college degrees. The particular school I'm going to is a mixture of a language school and also kind of a business school. They specialize in preparing people to get ready for Tokyo University. So if you have some form of maybe like a bachelor's degree and you want to finish your master's in Japan, then you would go to this school to learn Japanese very quickly. That is why I have so much homework, is that this class is designed for you to speed run Nihongo. Like, it is just insane. I think the teachers want us to memorize about 40 to 50 words every single day. And I cannot do that. That's absolutely insane. It's a ludicrous request. I don't think there's enough hours in the day for me to even do that physically. My memorization skills aren't so good. So they're not going to get upset with you, maybe how some schools would in the US, where they're judging you for being kind of stupid or something along those lines, because they know that it's a difficult language to learn. Especially for people who don't know any other languages. English is my only language. It's my first language. It's my only language. So learning a second language at 25 years old is not an easy task. And they understand that, which is really awesome. They're very supportive. They are very lenient as well in their grading. They just want you to try. They want you to try, and they want you to experience Japanese culture. And I do really like this school, as work heavy as it is. So the other day I did get called in to do some career counseling, and they ask you basically, like, if you have a college degree, if you plan on taking the JLPT, if you plan on getting a job here, what's your goals? What do you want to do? And so I let them know I wanted to stay in Japan and that I want to take my JLPT. I want to take my JLPT and get a job here. And they were actually surprised that I had work experience, which is weird because I think maybe it's the same for Europe. I was talking to some European classmates, and Japanese people, when you're in high school or college, you don't have a job. Maybe you work part-time at like a konbini or a restaurant, but very, very part-time. I'm talking like 2 days a week, like not part-time like how in the US you have a 2-hour shift, but you work 7 days a week. And so I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, she was shocked that I had work experience, even though I had just graduated this last year. So I do think that might give me a step up in the job market here. Maybe not. We'll see how far I get on my JLPT. I'm going to take it in not January. I'm going to take it in December. It's in December. I think maybe at the end of December. So I have 1 year to learn as much Japanese as possible. I'm hoping to get to N3. I will admit that I'm kind of slow at learning it. I'm not memorizing my vocabulary words as well as I should, but I think N3 is a good goal to be at the end of the year. Studying 5 hours a day, I sure as hell hope so I can get to N3, but we'll see. Well, guys, I think that's all I have to say. It's been a blast. I love hanging out with you. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. I hope you enjoyed watching me eat a bunch of convenience store shit.